Weather might take. Whether you're planning for a drive through one of our central New York winter storms, doing your best to beat the summer heat, or simply getting ahead for the weekend, Eyewitness Weather and the CNY homepage app have the tools and the talent you need to stay informed. Eyewitness Weather, local weather that matters. Now, your Eyewitness Weather forecast.
Almost 6:13 now on your early Thursday evening. I'm meteorologist Ron Reed, still tracking the potential for a few strong or severe storms this evening, and then it looks like we'll finally have the chance to dry things out as we head through our Friday. Let's take a look at what you need to know over the next couple of days. So again, that severe potential still exists through about 10 o'clock this evening, and while our Friday will start with a few showers and maybe even a rumble of thunder, it won't end that way. It looks like we'll see temperatures in the 60s throughout the day, and we'll end the day with some sunshine out there. And then as we head into the weekend, it starts warm, and then we will see increasing clouds as we head through Saturday with some more showers and even a possible thunderstorm as we head through late in the day. So we'll get to all that in the coming minutes. Of course, our first concern is the severe weather risk for tonight. All of central New York under a slight risk for severe weather from the Storm Prediction Center, with wind gusts in excess of 55 to maybe even 60 miles an hour still possible, and hail larger than an inch in diameter, or what we call quarter-sized hail, also possible, but we still can't rule out an isolated tornado. The good news is that is looking less likely, I should say, and we could still see some localized flooding thanks to the kind of rinse and repeat situation we've been dealing with rainfall recently, the water already running high. Right now we are seeing a lot of clouds over most of our cameras right now, but no precipitation as of yet. That changes as you go off toward the west. I'll show you the radar picture coming up in just a few moments. Temperatures across the area right now still sitting in the low 80s in the valley, upper 70s both to the north and south. And it was a touch humid out there today, but not as humid as we thought. So that's the reason for the lack of storm activity, at least severe storms. This storm did have a severe thunderstorm warning on it as it made its way into western Oswego County, but that was our first and only so far. But with that being said, you could see some heavier downpours over northern portions of Oneida into Lewis County as we head through the next half an hour to an hour or so. The reason for the storm activity is thanks to this trough that's associated with an area of low pressure, and then we'll be dealing with this cold front that moves through as we head through late tonight, early tomorrow morning. And while temperatures will still be above average for this time of year tomorrow in the upper 60s, it'll definitely be noticeably cooler than the 70s and 80s that we've had the last 2 or 3 days. So we'll see that shower and storm threat come to an end temporarily around 9 to 10 o'clock this evening, and then we'll just be left with a lot of clouds. Still a spotty shower and rumble of thunder can't be ruled out for your morning commute, but as we head through the afternoon, some sunshine will develop and temperatures will make their way into the middle and upper 60s after starting the day into the 50s. As far as rainfall is concerned, we could be looking at maybe a 1/10 of an inch down toward the southeast, but as you go up toward the northwest, you could find a couple of locations that do squeeze out 1/2 inch to 1 inch of rain and some heavier downpours between tonight and tomorrow morning. And when you walk out the door tomorrow morning, you'll be doing so with temperatures for many locations between 55 and 60 degrees. As you go farther toward the north, a little bit cooler than that. And as we go through the next couple of days, we'll be warming things up as we head through Saturday, but cooling things down as we head into Sunday. I can't even rule out a few snow showers to start next week on Monday. And then it looks like we'll see temperatures making their way into the 50s and 60s with a mix of sun and clouds, maybe a few showers as we head through the middle of next week. Thomas, back over to you.
Thank you, Jordan.
Now, your Eyewitness Weather forecast.
10:17 is now the time on your late Thursday evening. I'm meteorologist Ron Reed, tracking finally a much quieter Friday, although it will be a lot cooler, even though it's still above average, than the last couple of days when we've been well into the 70s and 80s with some humidity out there. And I'm also tracking some activity heading our way into the weekend forecast as well. So let's get right into that. We will be in the 60s tomorrow, which again, still above average for this time of year, but definitely not the summer-like feel that we've had over the last couple of days. And it could start with a few showers again tomorrow morning, and then as we head into our Saturday, it'll be a nice day. It'll be warmer too, back into the 70s yet again to near 80 degrees for some locations. That is until we get into the afternoon and evening hours when we could see a few more thunder showers. That's part of a cold front that brings us some showers early on Sunday, and then it turns cooler for the rest of the day. So that's what's coming up in your 7-day forecast momentarily. First things first though, look at the stats for today. 82 and 59 are high and low respectively. That is a good 20 to 25 degrees above average. That's the third day in a row that we've had that. And keep in mind that our average high is 57, so we were even above that for the low. Obviously well above the average low of 36 as well. Not anywhere near record, so we were within 10 degrees of it. 90 degrees set back on this date in 2012, and our record low 22 was 2 years later in 2014. Right now we're sitting at the upper 50s to low 60s over most of the region. Right now it's 61 in both Utica as well as Herkimer, and same thing over in Camden at the present time. You've got 50s up toward the north, and even Oneonta still sitting at 70 degrees at the present time. We did thankfully not have a lot of storm reports from the severe weather that moved through earlier, but one of them that we did receive from the National Weather Service, hail up in Forestport, northeast Oneida County, just before 7 o'clock. Quarter-sized hail, that's 1 inch in diameter, and that was under a severe thunderstorm warning that went until 7:30 this evening. So that's the only verified report there. Other than that, we're just dealing with some light to moderate showers, and definitely not as intense as it was earlier this afternoon into this evening. The satellite and radar definitely not looking as intense as it has over the last couple of days. This stalled frontal boundary off toward the west over toward Michigan will swing through as a cold front overnight tonight, and that's what will result in still a milder Friday, but definitely cooler than it has been, as I've been mentioning. So we'll see things clearing up as we head toward and after midnight. We could still see a few showers tomorrow morning, but those will be few and far between. We'll see a lot of clouds, though. We will see some sunshine developing as we head into the afternoon, with high temperatures area-wide running between 65 and 70. So a nice way to wrap up the work week after all this unsettled and even humid weather. Not much rain expected, and 55 to 60 to start the day, ending up between 65 and 70, and then we'll get into the 75 to 80 degree range for our Saturday before we see temperatures start on Sunday in the 40s, end up in the 30s, and then in the 20s at night, with a few snow showers expected on Monday morning. Thomas, back over to you.
Thank you. And the CNY homepage app have the tools and the talent you need to stay informed. Eyewitness Weather, local weather that matters. Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
11 to 14 is now the time on your late Thursday evening. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking a few showers to start your Friday. Other than that, we'll start with a lot of clouds and end the day with some sunshine. Temperatures in the 60s, which, yes, is still above average for this time of year, but it's definitely a lot cooler and less humid than the 70s and 80s that we've had the last couple of days. Saturday will be a nice day for the most part. It'll be warmer, too, back in the 70s to near 80 degrees yet again. But then as we head into the late afternoon into the evening, some thunder showers do develop, and that's part of a cold front that will exit early on Sunday, but it'll turn breezy and much cooler, if not colder, than the last couple of days, even below average for this time of year. We'll get to that in just a few minutes. Let's take a live look first things first at downtown Utica, which is a lot quieter. Yes, we have some wet roadways out there, but other than that, we're just dealing with cloudy skies. Temperature 60 degrees right now, which is still above the average high for this time of year. Our average high for this time of year, 57. Visibility at 10 miles, but I do expect that to change a little bit because the dew point and the temperature are so close. So you could find some patchy dense fog between tonight and tomorrow morning. Temperatures across the area are in the upper 50s to within a couple of degrees of 60 at the present time. And keep in mind that that's, again, even above our average high for this time of year. And when you wake up tomorrow morning and heading out the door, you'll see much of the same. Maybe some low 50s up toward the north, but middle to upper 50s from the valley on toward the south. And that's where we should be for the highs at this time of year. And then we'll end up in the 60s to right around 70 tomorrow afternoon. Thankfully, not a lot of damage reports from this afternoon's storms. Just a couple of straight line wind reports to our northwest and some hail in Forestport that was 1 inch in diameter. That's generally referred to as quarter size, just before 7 p.m. when there was also a severe thunderstorm warning due to that hail threat. Right now, we're dealing with some light showers from the valley on toward the southeast, and the radar and satellite across the eastern U.S. definitely looking a lot less active than it has over the last couple of days. We do have a trough stretched across the Appalachians to thank for the shower activity, and then a stalled frontal boundary off toward our west that will move its way through as a cold front late tonight, early tomorrow morning. and that'll knock down the temperatures, also bring in a northwesterly breeze as we head into your Friday. So even though we'll start the day with some clouds, maybe a bit of mist and drizzle, some patchy fog, we'll end the day with a lot of sunshine and temperatures throughout the area in the middle and upper 60s to within a couple of degrees of 70, which is, again, still above average for this time of the year. As far as the weekend is concerned, we'll see another split one with 75 to 80 on Sunday, and then starting the day, or Saturday, I should say, and then starting the day Sunday in the 40s, ending up in the 20s and 30s, and that means we could see a transition to a few snow showers to start next week on Monday. Thomas, back to you.